The battle became a symbol of resistance against tyranny and oppression. It served as a rallying cry during pivotal moments in history when freedom was at stake. Leaders and nations invoked the spirit of Thermopylae to inspire their people in times of adversity. Our journey into the Battle of Thermopylae begins with the ambitions of King Xerxes of Persia, a ruler with an insatiable hunger for conquest. Xerxes, the successor to his father, King Darius, inherited a mighty empire that spanned from Egypt to India. Yet, this vast domain wasn't enough to quench his thirst for power. The jewel he sought to add to his crown was Greece, a land of fiercely independent city-states. The Greeks, however, had a different plan in mind. They were determined to resist Xerxes' imperial ambitions, and in the process, they would give birth to a legend. This was the backdrop against which the Battle of Thermopylae unfolded, a stage set for heroism, defiance, and an unyielding determination to protect their homeland. Our journey now takes us to the physical theater of this epic confrontation, the Pass of Thermopylae. This narrow strip of land, situated along the east coast of central Greece, played a crucial role in the unfolding drama. Its strategic significance lay in its geography, a natural choke point that would prove to be both a blessing and a curse. Bounded by steep mountains on one side and the Aegean Sea on the other, Thermopylae was a natural fortress that favored the defender. The terrain restricted the movement of a large army, effectively narrowing the battlefield and nullifying the Persian horde's numerical advantage. It was here that the Greeks would make their stand, and it was here that the legend of Thermopylae would be forged. Leonidas and his 300 Spartans. As the stage was set, it was time for the heroes to take their place. At the forefront of this tale stands a man of legendary stature, King Leonidas of Sparta. Leonidas was no ordinary king, he was the epitome of Spartan values, a man of few words but boundless courage. His very presence inspired awe and commanded respect. By his side were 300 Spartan warriors, handpicked for their exceptional bravery and discipline. These men, with their distinctive bronze cuirasses, iconic red cloaks, and the legendary Spartan shield and spear, were more than just soldiers. They were the embodiment of Spartan ideals. Each Spartan was a formidable warrior, and together they formed a brotherhood bound by unwavering loyalty and an unspoken commitment to protect their homeland. In stark contrast to the disciplined ranks of the Spartans stood the Persian horde, a seemingly endless sea of soldiers. Descriptions of Xerxes' army vary in ancient accounts, with some sources suggesting numbers in the millions. While the precise figures are a subject of debate among historians, there is no doubt that the Greeks faced a colossal force. The Persian army represented a diverse mix of cultures, with troops from various corners of the vast Persian Empire. Among them were archers, infantrymen, cavalry, and even exotic units from far-flung regions. This eclectic composition, while impressive in its diversity, lacked the cohesion and discipline of the Spartan force they were about to confront. The phalanx versus the Persian swarm. With our heroes and their adversaries introduced, let's turn our attention to the tactics that would define this historic clash. On one side, the Greeks, led by Leonidas, employed the famous Spartan phalanx formation. This formation, rooted in centuries of Spartan tradition and discipline, was a marvel of military organization. The phalanx was a wall of shields, with Spartan warriors standing shoulder to shoulder, shield locked to shield, and spear thrust forward. It was a formation that left no room for weakness, a living fortress that seemed almost impervious to attack. The Spartans, trained from childhood in the art of warfare, were masters of this formation. Their shields, made from bronze and adorned with the iconic lambda symbol, provided both protection and psychological intimidation. On the opposing side, the Persians relied on their numerical superiority and a variety of troops. Their forces included archers, swordsmen, and cavalry, as well as exotic units such as the fearsome Immortals. However, their tactics were less organized and more chaotic compared to the disciplined Spartan formation. As the battle began, it was a collision of two vastly different approaches to warfare. The Greeks, with their unwavering discipline and the indomitable phalanx, faced off against the Persian swarm, where sheer numbers and diversity of troops were the key advantages. As the battle commenced, the Greeks demonstrated their legendary courage and unwavering resolve. For 3 consecutive days, they repelled wave after wave of Persian attacks. King Leonidas, standing at the forefront of his phalanx, was a beacon of inspiration. His leadership, combined with the unyielding valor of the Spartans, was nothing short of awe-inspiring. But as with many tales of heroism, there was a twist in the plot. A local resident named Ephialtes, seeking favor with the Persians, revealed a treacherous mountain path that led behind the Greek lines. This revelation proved to be a turning point in the battle. The Persians, exploiting this newfound advantage, outflanked the Greek defenders. Faced with encirclement and dwindling numbers, the Greeks knew that their fate was sealed. Yet they chose to make a final stand, displaying a level of courage and sacrifice that would be remembered for eternity. King Leonidas, aware of the impending doom, reportedly uttered those famous words, "Molon Labe," which translates to, "Come and take them." With these defiant words, he and his 300 Spartans met their heroic end. It was a moment that would echo through the annals of history, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who stand firm in the face of overwhelming odds. The Battle of Thermopylae was not just a moment in history. It was a defining chapter that left an indelible mark on the collective memory of humanity. Its impact reverberated through the ages, inspiring countless retellings, artworks, and even cinematic adaptations. In fact, the story of Thermopylae transcended time and culture, most notably in the blockbuster film 300, based on the graphic novel by Frank Miller. While the film took creative liberties, it captured the essence of Spartan valor and the unyielding determination of those 300 warriors. Their heroic stand was immortalized on the silver screen, further cementing their place in popular culture. But the legacy of Thermopylae extended beyond the realm of entertainment. The battle became a symbol of resistance against tyranny and oppression. It served as a rallying cry during pivotal moments in history when freedom was at stake. Leaders and nations invoked the spirit of Thermopylae to inspire their people in times of adversity. Ultimately, the Battle of Thermopylae was a pivotal moment in the larger Greco-Persian wars. While the Greeks may have lost the battle, their sacrifice bought time for the rest of Greece to prepare for the Persian onslaught. This respite allowed the Greeks to rally, regroup, and ultimately repel Xerxes' forces in a series of battles that would follow. The Greeks' victory over the Persians at the Battle of Plataea and the naval battle of Salamis marked the turning point in the war. Greece was saved from conquest, and its culture continued to flourish. The legacy of Thermopylae, embodied in the heroic stand of King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans, contributed to the preservation of Greek civilization and the values of democracy, philosophy, and the Olympic Games. Remember that this tale is not just a chapter in history. It is a timeless testament to the power of courage, honor, and the enduring human spirit. The legacy of those 300 Spartans lives on, inspiring us to stand firm in the face of adversity and tyranny, and to uphold the values of freedom and heroism for generations to come.